Okay, everybody, so this video is for instructors on how to use our AAS for the silver solder lab. The first thing to do when you come in is push the power button, and it takes a while to boot up, so do that, before you need it. The instructions are on the front as well if you want reminders. Then you will, once it's all booted up, there's another window that you'll have to click OK on, and then you click Install Lamps and check this box right here. Then click OK. And then we will click Set Up Instrument, and it's going to make some funny noises, kind of like clicking sounds. This is normal, don't be alarmed, it's fine. Okay, it's just adjusting the monochromator and all the pieces in there to our measurements. Then we have our fuel source. So the acetylene needs to remain chained to the countertop at all times. Acetylene obviously is flammable. You turn it on at the valve first, so that goes left. To turn it off when you're done, you'll close it by going right, and then you have to bleed the gas out. I was using it, so right now the valves are showing that there's gas in there. When you've closed it correctly and bled the line, it'll have 0 on those numbers. Right now, so to tell what, sometimes we have to change the tanks, but right now you follow the black tube and it goes to the yellow air tank right now. Sometimes it goes to the first tank. This was just replaced, so it's full, and we open that the same way. So I'm going to turn towards the left. Okay. This regulator shouldn't need to be adjusted. But if it does, you're going to want to match the PSI from the front of the instrument. So it should be, acetylene will be at a 12 to 14 PSI, and the air will be 44 to 58. Okay, so when you read it, this is reading your line pressure. So right now we're at about a teeny amount of PSI, which is good, like around 40-ish, 30-ish maybe. So it'll be fine. It may change when I once I start the instrument, so I'm going to double check it at that point. And then our acetylene, it's pretty much right on target. It's about a 13. So after the clicking is done, then you'll go to flame, and we want to check the interlocks here by just clicking on the red. If the drain interlock says that it's not working, then that means we got to come down here. So this thing is our waste, our excess liquid comes down here from the aspirator. It has to be submerged at all times, and it might have gotten bumped. Yeah, so the inside part has to be full of liquid in order for the interlock to engage. So here's what I'll do. So in the drawer immediately to the right of our instrument is some tools, and to fix the interlock, oh, wrong one. You need a flathead screwdriver. And all I'm going to do is loosen this a little bit. There's a flathead screw attaching our tubing to the mixing chamber. So I'm going to unscrew that and get a little beaker of water and pour it into the tube itself with a funnel. Okay, so I used a little funnel that I'll leave next to the instrument, and a little bit beaker of water, and put just a little bit of solution in there. Okay, so we have, by filling that drain interlock and then reattaching it down here, then I clicked update and the drain interlock engaged, and it only checks the air pressure after the drain interlock. So the reason the air was red is because the drain interlock was red. So once I've got that working, then the air pressure updated just fine. It's important to notice that this has to be sealed for the air pressure thing to turn green. So once you get green, you're all set there. I've already adjusted the tanks, so they should not need any more adjustment. But the air tank rests at 50 on the red PSI scale, and this one's at about 13 or 14 PSI. So that's what we want. Then what you'll do is to start the furnace, you just click on off. Okay, I leave this door closed while students are using it. And the last thing is to make sure you turn the exhaust on. It's pretty quiet, but it does need to be on while the instrument is being used. When you are done for the day, when you go to shut it down, turn off the flame. And then shut the gas tanks. So that's turning it to the right. And then we will just click bleed gases. And we should see that the line pressure on the acetylene goes to 0, and on the oxygen it goes to 0. And then turn off the hood when you're done, and that's it for the gases. For the lamp, you'll want to go back to the lamp tab, install lamps, and unclick that, and then hit OK. And then just turn it off.